In recent years, the deaths of famous UFO hunters Max Spiers and Guarav Tiwari has prompted many to ask whether someone is killing off our extraterrestrial investigators. But mysterious cases involving ufologists are nothing new, and sometimes these people simply vanish. A rare few have returned to tell the tale, but not all of them prove to be so fortunate, as you'll see as we investigate 3 suspicious tales of UFO hunters who disappeared. At 3, Bruno Borges. 24-year-old Bruno Borges was a Brazilian psychology student with what some might call a keen interest in extraterrestrials and the Illuminati. This footage was taken in his bedroom, and as you can see, the walls are covered in codes, writings, and diagrams alluding to his love of aliens and the paranormal. But his obsession may have gotten Bruno into serious trouble, because this footage was taken shortly after he mysteriously vanished on March 27, 2017, and he hasn't been seen or heard from since. In the weeks before his disappearance, Borges asked his family for money to help fund a secretive project, one which he said would change humanity forever. Upon investigation of his bedroom, which he finished 2 days before disappearing, 14 encrypted books written by Bruno were found, which claimed to reveal the true nature of aliens, humanity, and reality itself. Photographs of his work have been uploaded to the internet, and one page apparently contained computer code, which was analyzed by an expert and translated as follows. It is difficult, as an adult, to understand that you were wrongly taught what you suspected was correct since you were a child. In other words, if you fit into the system, your behavior will be determined, making you at the mercy of beliefs already provided and well established in dogmas and rituals with the masses. What does Borges mean? What has he discovered that he believes to be so world-shattering? We just don't know, but if we can find him, maybe he'll tell us. Bruno left home with just a backpack and an HD camera, after which he took a taxi ride to a motel, which was the last place he was seen by anyone in person. The motel staff have no clue as to where he went, but it is suspected that he headed into the forest behind the building, which is often used for late-night rituals. It has also been reported that Bruno had recently received an invitation to join a secret church, and that he had even ordered a cloak for some kind of initiation ceremony. Furthermore, in an audio recording made just before his disappearance, he describes his recent out-of-body experiences, and it is believed that the group Borges was in contact with may also have been involved in astral projection techniques themselves. So where has Bruno gone? Who is this mysterious group? Were their reasons for inviting him to join them pure, or did they have an ulterior motive? If we can decode the missing man's work, what will it tell us about extraterrestrial life? And one more thing. Why is it that in the last known CCTV footage of Bruno Borges alive, he was running away in panic? At number 2, Frederick Valentich. 20-year-old Frederick Valentich was a UFO enthusiast and a pilot, which sounds like the perfect combination for anyone wanting to investigate strange flashing lights in the sky. And on one Saturday night in October of 1978, that's exactly what happened, as Valentich enjoyed a close-up view of an extraterrestrial craft that frightened the life out of him. But we can't ask Frederick to elaborate further, because this experience also led to his disappearance, and he's not been seen in the 40 years since. Valentich was flying over Australia's Bass Strait when he radioed the Melbourne Flight Service in terror at 7:06 p.m. He claimed an unidentified aircraft was following him, but Frederick was told no known craft were flying in the area at that time of night. When prompted to describe it, Valentich said the UFO was silver in color and had 4 bright lights illuminating its base. He gained a firm view of its underbelly when he reported it passing overhead. And then the craft moved to Valentich's eastern flank before switching sides once more, as if it were toying with him. Then, as the UFO moved back above Valentich, Frederick noticed his airplane was suddenly experiencing engine problems. The flight service controller requested another description of the aircraft in further detail. And in response, Valentich simply said, "It isn't an aircraft." A few seconds later, his radio cut out, with the last transmission described by the controller as metallic, scraping sounds. No trace of Valentich or his aircraft have ever been found, and his bizarre tale remains a mystery without answer. Curiously, on the very same night as Frederick Valentich's disappearance, several UFO sightings were made by the Australian public around the same coastline. These were documented in photographs taken by plumber Roy Manifold, and he claims that these images show a fast-moving object exiting the water at speed near where Valentich was last seen. So, was this the craft responsible for Frederick Valentich's disappearance? And if so, what did it do with him? And where is he now? And at number 1, Chris Augustin. When most alien abductees are dumped in a farmer's field with a sore feeling in their butt, they often can't explain why they were chosen for such a prestigious honor. But Chris Augustin knows exactly why he was abducted, because he claims to have broken into Area 51. Chris infiltrated Area 51 back in August 2001, pre-9/11. If he tried to break in a couple months later, he'd probably been shot. But Augustin doesn't claim to have seen anything interesting at the base, and despite this, he believes he was punished for this incident nonetheless. 6 months later, at 10 p.m., on a cold February night, Chris Augustin lost 3.5 minutes of his life while at the wheel of his car. You might think he was just listening to a Coldplay song, but Mr. Augustin says he was abducted in response to his infiltration of Area 51, and these abductions have continued to occur for several years afterwards. After each one, he wakes up dazed, in bed, covered in blood, with strange psychic experiences following the event for days after. On one occasion, he even found an implant within his lower leg, and when this area was scanned, it was confirmed that some kind of foreign object was actually present. Clearly, something has happened to Chris Augustin, but where he is going, who is taking him, and for what purpose, is something we've yet to find out. So those are a few UFO enthusiasts who disappeared in mysterious circumstances. But it's not just ufologists who are under threat from being whisked away to locations unknown. Because did you know that the aliens who crashed at Roswell were said to have been treated by U.S. Army medics? And that one of these medics shared her story, only to never be seen or heard from again. It's true, and we're going to investigate this in our bonus video, The Missing Nurse of Roswell, which you can watch on our Patreon page at patreon.com/Strange Mysteries. For a $2 a month pledge, which you can cancel at any time, you'll get to watch this, and indeed all of our bonus content, which goes deeper and darker into every topic than YouTube allows. If you don't want to donate, then it's cool, we still love you. And we'll continue to provide the best content we can under YouTube's restrictions, as you'll find out by watching our recent video on why aliens might visit Earth in secret.